Now this is Unit 307, Activity 19. It says, based on the company and job role, briefly identify the answers you would give to the following interview questions. Now, obviously in an interview, you wouldn't have your CV handy, but what I would do is take a copy of your CV to an interview, because most of these questions you can answer from your CV, so you're not stumbling for an answer. Obviously, you're filling this out, so you can take your time. If you've got a copy of your CV handy, it helps you to fill out these answers. They don't have to match your CV, but it just might help you fill out some of the answers. So the first question, and this is a very common question at interview, when you go for a job, they'll just say, tell me about yourself. They don't want to know whether you've got a dog called Sammy or whether you watch Judge Judy in the afternoon. They just want things that are on your CV. So it's important that you read your CV before you go for an interview, and it helps you answer this question. But for this example, just pick a few things that you know and just turn them into sentences. You know, I've had 3 years experience working as a receptionist, or I've had previous experience working in a factory. I've also worked as something else, and then maybe 1 or 2 things off the top. I'm a good timekeeper and I can lift a heavy load. All right, so just 2 or 3 things that might be on your CV. What are your strengths and areas for improvement? I'm not too fussed about areas for improvement, because that suggests you've got a weakness. So let's just focus on the strengths. If you think about person qualities and list about 3, I've give you a few here just to give you an idea, you know, because you can put as many as you like, but 3 will be fine. Person qualities are things that you're born with and you develop, like you're a good timekeeper, or you're tidy, or you're caring, or you're enthusiastic, or you're fit. So these are things that you qualities that you're born with that you don't necessarily learn how to do. You just develop them as life goes on. So, and just turn it into a sentence. I have a smart appearance. I have the ability to stay calm under pressure. Some people are, some people aren't. So just think of things that qualities that you have. We've all got these qualities, and there's thousands of them, but just think of 3 qualities that you have and put them in the box. They don't have to be, don't knock yourself out about it. Okay. Then it says, what skills have you got that make you right for a job? The definition of a skill, they don't have to be exactly right, but to help you think, skills are things that you've learned how to do. Okay. Using a dishwasher, using a lawnmower. You're not born knowing how to use a lawnmower. It's something you have to learn how to do. So skills are things you've learned how to do. And you just need to mention about 3 things. The more particular the skill, the more personal it is. I know about popular brands of tyres. I can work a stock database. I have a good telephone manner. I have good people skills. So 3 things that you've learned how to do. I know how to use a computer. And the last one, I think that's the last question. Yeah. Here it says, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? For this question, all you need to do is think about a job that you would like, a shop assistant, and give yourself a promotion. Manager. I would like to manage a small retail company. That's it for activity 19.